Hi, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on 30 Days of Sketches, Series 16. Day number 7. Our sketch was created by Darla Weber. I really love this sketch. It is simple in that you can interpret it and add as many embellishments, papers that you would like, but it also has a ton of photos on it. Now I am trying to get through my 2016 albums, and I'm trying to make a lot of the 2-page layouts that I had set up to be scrapbooked work for 30 Days of Sketches. So because of that, I don't have all of the photos. Her sketch has 11, I only have 10. And then this one, of course, is the wrong orientation. And so I took these photos, which most of them, except for these two, were 4x6, and I trimmed them down to work for the sketch. These two I reprinted because they wouldn't have worked. I couldn't have cut them down easily. So I reprinted these two to work for the sketch. But otherwise, I'm using photos that I already had available. That is a little day trip that we took when we lived in Tennessee, when my husband was stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. If you don't know, Fort Campbell, Kentucky sits on the state line of both Kentucky and Tennessee. And so we lived on the Tennessee side. And anyway, so that was just a little powwow that we went to for fun on a family day. It was a blast. So what I am using today, I have some craft cardstock, some Hip Kit cardstock, and then a Hip Kit from 2023. And I chose this one because it has a lot of things that could be used for Indian stuff. I like the feathers, and it has the word tribe on it. I don't know that I'm going to use that, but I thought that it would work well enough for this layout. So I went ahead and I pulled it all out, and I'm going to go ahead and pause, and we're going to start building a background. I'll be right back. So off camera, I went ahead and I cut down the craft paper to it's 11 3/4 by 11 1/2. That way I have a 1/4 of an inch border around the craft paper, and they meet in the middle for this 2-page layout. The next thing I did is I cut 3 strips of patterned paper. I brought in that top piece from another Hip Kit because it matched, and it is one of the only full-size pieces I had left in that particular kit. So it felt good to cut into it and get it out of my stash, because I used the full piece on this layout, just used both A and B sides. I am staggering these 3-inch by 10-inch strips on my layout. This is something that I absolutely love to do. It's kind of a design that is really fun to do. You can not cover it up like I did with this particular sketch, but you could run some smaller photos kind of down the middle if you wanted, with do a 1-page with a layout or with a title on the top and journaling and embellishments along the bottom. I've done that before. But anyway, I kind of like this design, and like I said, her sketch was really open to interpretation. And because I don't have the same number of photos, I am going to have to kind of move things around a little bit. And this is what I end up with as my final design for the page. So what I like about this layout is it came together super fast. I went through all of the embellishments that I had in that Hip Kit. It was a June 2023 Hip Kit, and it had a lot of what I felt were Native American elements in it. The feathers, the teepees, just the all of the little different things in it. For the bear, it says adventure down at the bottom. It had another word, and I trimmed it off because it didn't go with what I was doing. And I'm titling this layout Pow-Wow adventure. This was such a fun little weekend day trip that we took to a little town that was near where we lived in Clarksville called Adams. And I guess they do this annually. They have a powwow. And I thought it was a neat way to show the kids some of their Native American heritage. So I really like how this layout is coming together. Like I said, it is a simple layout, and sometimes that is all you need, is a simple layout to tell a story. And you know, that is one of my goals as a scrapbooker, is to tell my family stories. Of course, my other goal is it is a creative outlet for myself, and I do love that part of scrapbooking as well. But, you know, for me, what's important is getting these stories told. And so it was nice to be able to tell the story with a simple layout. And I still got lots of lovely product on it. I used up quite a bit of product that I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to use. So that made me super happy. For the most part, I am just layering up bits and pieces that I chose out of the ephemera packs. I did bring in my labels. Those are illustrated labels, or illustrated faith labels. It is a digital download, and I just print them on white cardstock, and I keep them in a binder. It's just a regular black office binder. When we homeschooled, I am now a retired homeschool mama, we used a lot of binders in our school. Our curriculum was downloadable, and I would download it, and the kids kept their own binders, and we kept binders because the curriculum was reusable. You just went up grade levels the next time you went through it. Anyway, it was 4 years, and then once you cycled through years 1 through 4 once, you recycled starting again with year 1, and you just moved up grade levels to whatever grade level your children were. Anyway, we had tons of binders, and I repurposed several of those binders for my scrapbooking stuff. One of those binders happens to be the label binder that I keep behind me in italics. So I'm just about done here. I am still kind of just stacking things in here. I'm trying to get those feathers on there. Sometimes I have a really hard time using feathers, so it felt good to get those on there. And they're layered up behind the globe with all the beautiful little flowers. I put a phrase on top of that. I added these enamel dots, and for the most part, I just kind of put things, you know, in a visually pleasing way onto the layout. So, and that's it. All right, I got my layout done. This is a fairly simple but pretty colorful layout that I have done with this sketch. Oh, I hate when that happens. I'll have to fix that somehow. Anyway, I am quite happy with the way it turned out. I still got quite a few photos on it, even though I had to kind of move things around to make this side work. It still did a fairly good job. And in place of the 11th photo here, I put my journaling and title. I did bring in some enamel dots that I didn't show you at the beginning. Those probably came from a hip kit. Probably not this one, but they were sitting on my desk and they just happened to match really well, so I thought I'd go ahead and use them. Anyway, I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe to my channel. You guys are helping me to build this channel, and without your help, I can't do it, and I am so grateful to you. Make sure that you check that playlist below for 30 Days of Sketches. There's a lot of amazing creators on here. Many of them are my friends, and I know that they would appreciate you watching and giving them some thumbs up and some comments as well. You also might find some new scrappers to follow, to subscribe on YouTube, and that will help grow my friends' channels as well. You have a great rest of your day. Bye.